You was really the catch in.
I always say we
And
the
true.
man the catch, man. I always say we the catch, man.
Yeah, so she really booked you.
She did though.
Is what you saying?
Cause I was fighting it. I was afraid to commit. But you know, like I said, man, it happened when you least expect it.
What's good, YT family? It's your brother ELI coming with another KVA video. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Much appreciate the love. Much appreciate the support. I hope everyone's doing well this fine morning. So let's get into the video. So today, we're going to talk about Jonathan Owens and Simone Biles. So the Olympics is coming up, and I'm seeing a lot of, media coverage talk about her, right? Definitely best of luck to her in the Olympics. I hope she's doing her thing. I know for a fact she's doing her thing. She's awesome. She's amazing. It's a beautiful thing to see a woman like her, a black woman, representing us in the Olympics. And she's been dominating for a while, man. She's one of the best, if not the best, at what she does. And I definitely am a supporter of her. And Jonathan Owens, who just got picked up from the Bears, was on the Packers at one point, but just got back, just got picked up by the Bears. And he's in training camp right now. Y'all know football coming up. I'm excited for that. Got, I think it's like a few more months. I want to say 2 months. Maybe I'm wrong. And then we got football coming up. So I know these boys is getting ready. Training camp is getting big. And as y'all already see, y'all seen in the beginning of the video that, that he's going to support his woman. He's going to support his lady in the Olympics, right? I just wanted to dive into this topic because I know it had to be a year ago where they were talking about what he was calling men the prize, or he was saying that he was the prize and that, he didn't know her and all this stuff like that. And a lot of people were just giving so much static, so much of a problem for just that comment that he said. And I wanted to kind of tie this into the red pill and how this has destroyed, not what he said or anything, but how the red pill and YouTube and all this has destroyed relationships, or how we all view relationships. And even for the women, right? How it's destroyed their mental when it comes to relationships as well, right? And for using this couple as an example, and Jonathan Owens, for example, how he supports his woman. He didn't mean in the sense that he put his woman down or that she wasn't a prize, right? She wasn't, because she is a beautiful woman, successful woman, obviously. She's doing her thing, right? She's very much a high value person in general, right? She's successful. What he was saying was what he brought to the table as being a man. He sees himself as the prize, right? He sees himself as the catch. And it's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with that. And it was so awesome to hear, to just watch, or, just look at this, this article. And it's all over the internet of where, the training camp for the Bears, they were pretty much saying that, that he, he's able to, pretty much excuse himself from training camp to go support his woman in Paris. Now, I want people to understand this. They didn't advise this, right? They didn't. I doubt that they came to Jonathan Owens and was like, "Hey, look, we know that the Olympics is coming, and we want you to go support your wife in Paris and not be in training camp." I highly doubt that that's what they came to him with. I'm almost certain that he told them, like, "Hey, my woman is, Simone Biles, as y'all already know. The Olympics is coming up in Paris, and I'm going to support my woman," right? And obviously, they agreed to it. So that tells you that he loves this woman. And don't for a second think that black men don't love black women. Don't for a second think that. Don't for a second think that black women don't love black men. It happens. I know YouTube and how these dating coaches is talking, they make it sound like the shit is so deep and the shit is so impossible to be in love with a black person that, you know what I'm saying, black people are just completely incapable of coexisting and loving one another. And that is completely false. That is completely false. And you have to understand that as long as they keep us, and I say us, including myself, right? Because I've watched plenty and countless dating coaches and YouTube videos and red pill content and all this stuff like that. And I'm guilty of it as well. I also was one of those people who was very heavily into the red pill and into, just dating advice and all this stuff like that. Out for this, out for that. I'm, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I was one of those people who definitely fell victim to that influence. And it took me a while to realize that as long as you're stuck in this war in your mind, in this conflict in your mind when it comes to women, you'll never find answers or solutions that you're truly looking for, which to me is just a relationship with a woman or multiple women, whatever it may be. At the end of the day, it's for what I put my channel, right? I gear my channel towards solutions. I gear my channel towards relationships. I gear my channel towards men who want to be in those such things, to be in relationships, to be in marriages, to be in have families, because that's how I grew up, right? I didn't grow up in chaos. I didn't grow up in a system of confusion and I just didn't grow up that way. So I'm never going to project my channel to be that way. That's why I always tell you guys a fair balance of how to view dating and how to view women and stuff like that, because it's very much something that is yes, you know what I'm saying, it can be frustrating, right? Dating can be frustrating. Getting to know someone else, getting to know someone, going through whatever problems they're going through, right? It's understandable to have miscommunications and it's understandable to have conflict. However, when the internet is only showing you conflict and they're only showing you black men who are frustrated, black men who are angry, black men who, you know what I'm saying, they're just completely abrasive and stuff like that, which 98% of these red pill YouTubers try to project themselves to be, right? It's definitely disingenuous and it's not true. It's not true, right? And question for all you guys who still think this way: is he a simp? Is he a simp because he's supporting his wife? Because I know some of you guys are just so gun ho and are so one-sided, narrow-minded, right, tunnel vision, that y'all think that validating or showing love or showing appreciation to your woman in any kind of way is seen as weakness, right? That is also a problem as well, and that's something that this red pill shit has taught you guys for years. For years, people have, and rest in peace to Kevin Samuels, but I have to use him as an example. For years, people used Kevin Samuels' content, and they still do to this day. They use his content in a sense of it was a avenue to bash women, right? When you see other countless full videos, not clips, right? Not clips, but full videos, full interviews of Kevin Samuels saying that his goal was marriage. He always talked about marriage. He always talked about relationships, and he always talked about being together at the end of the day. And in other words, he talked about unity. He talked about things that mattered. He never got into a rant or a tangent talking about having just countless sex all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Treating women like dogs, dogging women out. Any of those things, right? Nothing of that sort was Kevin Samuels' message at all. But somehow, some way, it's almost as if people are using that message that he's using, or that he spoke upon, rest in peace to him, that as a way to bash women, and that's just not true. That's just not true, bro. That's not true at all. He never mentioned that type of rhetoric ever, right? And now you're seeing that pretty much a lot of these channels, and these are big channels, bro. I'm not going to say any names, but these are big channels of people just nonstop making a living off of the pain and the frustration of men. And guess what? They'll never change. None of these channels, matter of fact, I'm going to say it, fuck it. Fresh and Fit will never put a married couple on their channel. I know they're demonetized right now, so they probably don't even have no reason to even do such thing. But even when they were at their peak, you notice that they never put any married couples or a married woman or a married man on the panel ever. At the most they might have had somebody who was married, divorced, right, male or female. But they never had anybody who was married, anybody who can give them a perspective of being a wife. They've never had a wife on the channel who was happily married to a man who had kids with that man, ever. Or they never had a man on there that was happily married to a woman, and he got on the channel, and maybe they could have asked him questions like, hey bro, so your marriage of 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, I don't know, whatever, how did you do it? How did you coexist? How did you handle, you know what I'm saying, you know, conflict? What would be some tips for guys who, you know what I'm saying, who are looking still and have hope for relationships and marriages and stuff like that? What would you say the advice would be for them? They never had anything of the sort, anything close to that. But they damn sure always had OnlyFans models on there. They damn sure always had, you know what I'm saying, rappers or other content creators. And I'm not knocking any of these professions. I'm just using them as an example because that's the only ones I've seen. I never seen anybody in there really promoting relationships and unity when it came to black relationships. And I'm saying black relationships because there are two black men who were talking on the panel. So I'm just using them as an example. And Fresh and Fit, that's just one channel I'm talking about. But y'all know more. Y'all know more than I do, right? Because I walked away from that shit a while ago. But as long as they keep pumping out the information that is comfortable to your liking, right? To the point to where if you like to hear content about bashing black women, those channels will never stop doing that for you. If you like the channels where all they talking about is how black men are this and black men are that and black women don't love black women and whatever, just toxicity as a whole, as a black woman, if that's the type of content that you like, there's never going to be a time where Cynthia G would never ever put a married black woman who's happily married on her channel when she had YouTube, or Tasha K, or any of these channels, and like I said, I don't really care about saying their names because at the end of the day, it's like they're really little. I really shouldn't be blessing them with I shouldn't be saying these people's names on my channel, but I just have to give them as an example because I feel like, you know what I'm saying, this just needs to be said. But yeah, man, they would never put that kind of perspective on YouTube, on their channel, for their audience, for them to have a more balanced approach. And guess what? What does that sound like? Doesn't that sound like what we complain about on TV? Isn't that what we complain that, oh, this TV network doesn't represent us well, or this TV show or this movie didn't represent us well, and you know what I'm saying? Why does you know what I'm saying? Like, isn't this what we complain about? What television does? Misguide people, misinform people, propaganda. Isn't this what it's the same thing? It's the same exact thing, and all it will just cause is division. YouTube is the new CNN and ABC and Fox News and all this stuff like that, just promoting toxicity. It's the new world star. And Jonathan Owens and Simone Biles is a prime example that it is possible for it to work, especially in the entertainment business, which they're both in, right? So if it's able to work then, why can't it work for the regular 9 to 5 guy or the regular 9 to 5 gal? Why can't it work for them? It can work for them. And it does work for them. They just don't promote it. They don't want to promote it because, like I said, as long as they do that, they know y'all going to keep looking. Y'all going to keep watching they shit. You're going to keep liking they shit. You're going to keep commenting dumbass comments. And it's going to be just a cycle. And it just will never change. And it's just going to be a revolving door. So if you want to actually build upon such things, man, you got to put yourself around such things. You got to start watching certain content that's geared more towards a balanced approach. Start asking married men, hey, how did you do this? How did you do that? Start asking married women, hey, how did you do this? How did you do that? How did you handle conflict with your man when your man was going through tough times? Okay, how did you handle when, you know what I'm saying, your wife might not have been feeling, you know what I'm saying, her most sexiest or her most confident or whatever? Like, how did you uplift her? How did you, you know what I'm saying, this, whatever it may be, bro. I'm just making shit up, but y'all know what I'm talking about, man. So like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Much appreciate the love. Holla at me later. Peace.